Prince Charles and his wife Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, are coming to Canada. You heard it right here on CBC News Network. The visit is set for next month. It's part of the celebrations for Queen Elizabeth's Platinum Jubilee. CBC's Karen Pauls is on the story live from outside Buckingham Palace in London. So, Karen, when will the royal couple arrive? In which cities will they be doing that wave?
They're coming out on May 17th to 19th, and it's going to be a action-packed 3 days. They'll be traveling about 3,200 kilometers from Newfoundland and Labrador to Ottawa to the north. They'll start in St. John's, where they'll be met by school children and community groups. They'll be part of a concert with Indigenous music. They'll also be meeting there with Indigenous leaders for a moment of reflection. They'll be laying a bronze marker as part of this Jubilee celebration. Prince Charles will be giving a speech there, and then they'll head down to Kitty Vitty on the market on the harbor to meet with food vendors and fisher folk to talk about food, one of the prince's big interests. On day 2, they'll be in Ottawa, and they'll join Governor General Mary Simon at the National War Museum to mark the lives of all the Canadians who have died in the service of their country. They'll meet with members of the Ukrainian community and talk about what Canada is doing to support people there. And they'll have a really special performance of the RCMP musical ride. Prince Charles has been the honorary commissioner of that since 2012, so he's looking forward to that, I'm sure. And then there will be a roundtable on the environment, another one of the prince's interests, where they'll be talking about how to combat climate change, how to build a net zero economy. And that evening will be climaxed at Rideau Hall with a big party, a celebration by the Governor General to mark the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. And then from there, if you're not tired yet, they'll fly to Yellowknife, where they'll meet with members of the Dene Nation. And Prince Charles has said that he wants to learn about climate change from Indigenous people, find out what some of their solutions may be to the challenges we face, ways of dealing with the challenges, and also how to live in a more sustainable way. They'll walk on an ice road and meet with the local Indigenous community there as well to talk about climate change as they're walking there and seeing some of the effects themselves. And Camilla will visit a transitional housing center for women and children. That's one of her pet projects, and one of the things that she'll be wanting to talk about while she's there.
Now, this visit follows a controversial Caribbean tour by Prince William and Kate, the Duchess of Cambridge. What happened there, and how are planners keeping that in mind for this tour, Karen?
Well, that was obviously supposed to be a charm offensive, and it wasn't so much of an offensive, maybe. It got a little tense and controversial, and as you know, a couple of the countries there, the leaders, announced their intention to remove the Queen as their head of state. That was Belize and Jamaica. Barbados did it last year. The couple had to cancel one of their first outings there because they were facing so many protests. So it's something obviously that the planners are trying to keep in mind. They're trying to make sure that there's nothing very controversial that the couple will be facing in Canada. Who knows what the reaction will be, but generally Canadians are a little more polite and deferential. And given that it is the Queen's big event, she just turned 96, I think there's a lot of patience for her and her representatives in Canada. We'll see how that all goes, though. Interestingly, when Prince William returned from his trip, he had a controversial and unprecedented post on his Instagram account where he almost gave permission to the Caribbean countries to remove themselves as part of under the Queen's watch. So we'll see where that goes in Canada. We'll see if we see that kind of thing here as well. Suhana?
Thanks for that, Karen. That's CBC's Karen Pauls.